Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. I'm Dr. Shahbano Salman Adil, and today is our 17th live workshop. जिसके अंदर हमारा topic है making journaling easy. So, how many of you here know what is journaling? If you could comment in the comment box, how many of you are regular, you write or you journal along the way? If you could just tell me so that I know how many of you actually know the whole concept. Anybody? Or if you're not, even if you're not into journaling, you could tell that you've never done that. Because our last session with Ms. Sidra, the comments I got after that was most of you did not really understand what clean journaling is. So I thought that that's because many of you are not aware of the concept of journaling or have not done it yourself. Am I audible? Okay, started after Sidra's session. Nice. So basically, what Dr. Shah or the whole company, what we are trying to do is that we're trying to bring a paradigm shift in the whole healthcare scenario. Why is that so? Because generally, what we think is that there should be a pill for every ill, right? We think that for every ailment, for every issue, either that be a physical issue, mental or emotional issue, we need a pill. For example, for depression, we usually seek Zoloft or other medicines. And similarly, for any physical pain, in emergency, of course, we need medicine. I myself am an allopathic doctor. I've done my MBBS from King Edward. But after that, what I thought was that for chronic patients, I've seen hundreds of chronic patients who are stuck with their healing journey. They can only be treating their symptoms, right? It's like just switching off just like cleaning the water, not switching off the tap when there's flood because of a pipe leakage in the room. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to lead you towards the root cause of your problem. We're trying to solve the problem, right? And for that, we need in-depth understanding of ourselves, right? When you saw the post, most of you joined because it was a new year, a new me. So we are getting closer to 2025, and it's the time of the year when people start writing New Year's resolutions. They're trying to make goals. They're trying to set up their intentions for the next year, right? So it's the time. It's the perfect time when I thought that you should be introduced to journaling and what symptom and what root cause it's going to be directing yourself to is it's going to help you understand your inner self, right? It's going to help you understand um, the blocks you have in your mind, the blocks that are stopping you from achieving your full potential. It's going to help you meet your own self. In our journey of life, what we experience is that we tend to know 100 millions of people, but we forget to know our own selves, right? So journaling is a tool which helps us meet our own self. Me, Dr. Shahbano, is not a consistent person through the 34 years of my life. I'm 34 years old, but I have seen different phases of my life, right? If I look back to like when I was 24, I was a different person. Now I'm a different person. But if I want to recollect how I was, I cannot do that by just relying on my memory. On the other side, if at 24 I had written something about myself, my feelings, my emotions, my conditions, anything that I was facing, I can turn back to myself and meet myself at 2024, of age 24. Am I making myself clear? Because I'm just giving you an idea of what journaling is before diving into the activity we have planned today. Am I making myself clear? Everybody? Any confusions? Because it's going to the main definition. Okay, thank you, Nisha. The main definition of journaling is very, very important. Basically, there are a few myths related to journaling. One, that you need to be a very good writer to write things, to write a diary for yourself. You need to be very nice at writing. This myth I'm going to burst myself because I do not write really well. I don't think I write really well since school. Probably I don't I'm more of a scientific person than a literary person. So, but in our group, we've got some beautiful writers. We've got Vajiha, we've got Sidra. There's some beautiful writers who know how to play with words. But it's not important that you should have flowery words. No, you can use whatever vocabulary you have. You can write Urdu, English, Punjabi, whatever language you're comfortable in, French, Italian, whatever. But you need to write. And what are you going to write? You're going to write your thoughts, your goals, your emotions, your conditions, your situations, whatever you're going through. There are times in life when we don't have anybody to rely on. And the worst part of a bad situation is that we rely on other people, our closed ones, our family, our spouse, our children, our parents. And in a worse situation, when we do not have somebody um, who we totally were counting on, somebody who had our back, that do not turn up, or do not help us, we feel very demotivated, right? It's like a dagger in our back. Or maybe if we had somebody, a very loyal friend, he died probably. We don't have anybody to be around us, right? So at that time, the bad situation becomes even worse, right? And that one reason for that is that we do not rely on ourselves. Our self efficacy is very low. Our help from others, which is very important, it's one of the major pillars of lifestyle medicine and holistic medicine. We need to rely on others, but we need to know how to rely on ourselves and how to find out solutions to our problems ourselves. So, journaling, in short, is a tool. It's a tool, a very potent tool that I have implemented on my patients of depression, patients of anxiety, right? Even patients of physical ailments. It's been applied, tested, evidence based. It's simple writing. And even at this time of the year and this time, what the world's going on, journaling has turned into a therapeutic modality, right? People all around the world, many people, enroll in certified courses where they become therapeutic healers, in which they just work on the art of healing by writing, right? Now, how to do it? It's very important how to do it, because you might start writing today and tomorrow you might forget, right? Because it's not helping. You don't understand how we did. For example, the clean journaling part. Most of you could not, could not understand it. And today I'm not going to explain clean journaling in detail. I'm just explaining journaling in totality. You don't need to be an expert of a particular type of journaling. Clean journaling might work for me, it might not work for you. We can have an elaborate session about it, an easier one maybe in the future. But forget about all the previous journaling styles you knew or anything you want to experiment. Focus now just on a piece of paper. I hope everybody has a piece of paper or your phone, pen, or iPad, whatever is convenient. And we're going to practice a few things. Everybody, do you have a pen and a paper with you? Because we're going to, the reason why we conduct these workshops is that we want you, our audience, especially of this support space, to at least take one message, one guideline, one tip or trick, whatever, home that you're going to carry with you for a long period of time, right? These are interactive sessions in which we want you to participate and want you to see the difference for yourself, right? Everybody should have a pen and a paper in your hand, and we're going to practice writing. And the people who are watching these sessions online, when you reach to this part, you're going to practice writing yourself, because it's not worth it just listening until you do it yourself, right? Just to brief and just to give an analogy of what we're trying to do is, I hope you guys know what CPR is. I hope we have got a few doctors with us in today's session. They must be knowing what CPR is. Other than that, do you guys know what CPR is? What is cardiopulmonary resuscitation? Anybody? You might have seen that in different films. You might have seen that in a hospital setting. Maybe any loved one of you ever received CPR. Anybody? You know what CPR is?
I know. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam.
CPR जो हम करते हैं जब पेशेंट की सांस बंद हुई होती है और हार्ट बीट स्लो हो जाती है, तो हमने पेशेंट को कंप्रेशंस देने होते हैं, चेस्ट कंप्रेशंस, और उसको कोऑर्डिनेट करते हैं विद एयर पंप्स जो हम माउथ पे लगाते हैं, ऑक्सीजन मास्क के साथ पंप लगाते हैं, और साथ में हमने कंप्रेशन देनी होती है। इवन अगर पेशेंट वेंटिलेटर पे है और उसकी हार्ट बीट रुक गई है, तब भी हम चेस्ट कंप्रेशन देते हैं। बाद साथ वेंटिलेटर अपनी सेटिंग्स खुद एडजस्ट कर लेता है विद दैट कंप्रेशंस।
Exactly. Thank you so much, Dr. Mariam. Dr. Mariam is with us since our first session. जो तकरीबन 1 साल से ज़्यादा से करीब हो गया हमें, and she's Dr. herself, a gynae ops expert. Thank you so much for your insight, Dr. Mariam. Exactly like Dr. Mariam said, CPR is a life-saving procedure that is done when the patient is towards the end of his life, and especially for peds, I've seen that the patients are revived really well. Even for younger population, CPR works wonder. I remember in Mayo, once we did CPR, and there was a person 98 years above, and he revived. So in CPR, there are chest compressions, there are a few drugs that we give, the triple support and different things, and it helps. Journaling is CPR for yourself. It's life-saving. Why? Because in this fast-paced life where we go through different things, where we go through, different phases of life, you might be a different person, like I said a few years back, you might be different today. And the thoughts, the environment, the people we need to deal with, the financial situations we are going through, the emotional crisis we are having, the physical issues, disease, whatever, misfortune, whatever we're going through, that's encompassing us as a whole, not just us, the body, us, the soul, the mind, the heart. And it's a cause of a big disease for us. And it takes us towards a point where we're mindless and our subconscious brain is on auto. We really don't know what we are doing. We really don't know how we are reacting. We really don't know why we are reacting to a situation a particular way. We don't know, like the post I just shared, there's so many I don't knows, and that's normal. And in that point, what we have to do is we have to stop and think and write. Writing is very important. For example, if you set a goal, if you write your thoughts down, if you have a particular problem and you have nobody to share it with, at times we have problems, for example, with our husband, but we cannot share it with our mother because we don't want our mother to feel bad. Just giving an example. Or the problem with our parents, which we cannot share with anybody else because there's nobody else to share it with. So things keep on piling up in our brain. And before we know, the pile turns into a volcano, disrupting our life in ways that we do not even understand. Why is happening this with me? Why am I behaving this way? Why are my emotions not in control? There's so many whys and I don't know. Today, we're going to find a solution to them, right? So, simple technique of journaling is very easy. Take a copy. We are millennials, and I don't know, for us, more than a laptop or iPad or a phone, I don't know, there's some comfort in writing with a pen or a pen and a paper. But if you guys are into technology, you like using your phone, iPads, laptops, whatever you want to email your own self, whatever way, whatever is comfortable with you, and whatever is consistent. For example, you like writing on a copy, but you know that your kids are going to take away your copy, or copies are really convenient. You have problems that somebody might not see what you're writing, so you can use a phone or whatever you think is going to be consistent, have a sense of consistency in it, because writing consistently is what is going to help. It's not a magic pill that you're going to take once and it's going to do wonders. I've been journaling since more than, I think my younger son was not born when I started, and it's been more than 8 years. So it's a consistent journey, right? What you have to do is, first thing in the morning, if I have my patients here, the first thing in the morning is that they have their pre-breakfast. And I tell them that after your pre-breakfast, sit down with yourself, no screens, no phones, nothing, no background music or no background anything, nothing. The phone should be away. Just you and your diary, or if you're working on your phone, of course, your phone, but no other apps or nothing, no distractions. Now, what you have to do is you have to write your current situation. That's for everyday use, right? For today, it's another prompt I'm going to give you. You're just going to write what are your feelings, how are you feeling, how in control are you, right? What are your thoughts? What is your condition today? Just talk to yourself. Be a third person to yourself. It's like a conversation with your soul, maybe. You can be two people, it can be a dialogue. Like, how are you? For example, we've got many people here. How are you, Faiza? I'm fine. Just talk to yourself. Give yourself a name, whatever. If you have got a nickname, give yourself a nickname. And it can be two people talking. I'm talking about the beginners. For those who are in a habit of writing, you could search for millions of prompts. The different prompts, like write the things you are grateful for. You can list them down one day, right? You write your fears. So basically, what we're trying to do is we're trying to introduce yourself to yourself. And while writing in the whole process, you're going to miraculously find things about yourself that you really were not aware of. When I look back at my journals that I wrote some 10 years ago, uh, I just think, oh, I think this way in all the negative ways as well. Was I thinking like this? Oh my God, I've changed so much. It's going to give you a track record of your progress, how you were ages back and how you are today. This is going to be your most cherished treasure. And I'm telling you out of experience, this is going to be your most cherished experience. One of Maula Ali's quote I always love talking about is the meaning of which is that we all are sleeping and we're going to wake up when we die. So for me, the interpretation of that is that we're living a life mindlessly. We are just doing everyday chores. We are living a normal life, excelling in career, raising a family, doing things. But we actually are sleeping. And the things that have been, the angels on our left and right, the Karam al-Katibin, they are recording everything. And when we're going to die, in our graves, we're going to have a flashback of everything. right? So why be amongst those people who are sleeping in the world? Why not be, amongst the mu'mineen? Why not be amongst those who know their purpose in life? And you do not get to the purpose of life, your inner meaning at once. You do not connect to your calling at once, right? If you want to dig a diamond, you don't go to the what do you get the mine and just knock at the door of the mine or whatever and just pluck a diamond out. No, you need to go in, dig deep down and find a diamond. And that's the same for yourself, right? You need to dig down into yourself and find out your calling, your purpose, your inner self, your thoughts, your emotions, your goals, your situations, and you're going to find out solutions for yourself. I'm going to share, I'll be sharing a few prompts in the group, which you can save, once you're in a habit, you can use any one of those. And once you're just writing randomly, just free flow writing about what your thoughts and everything, one day you could choose any of the prompts that I'll share. Like what are your things you're grateful for, your best day in your life. They're different things. That's for those who are consistent, right? Don't start with those just if you've never written things, right? Clear till now? Because if you're clear, then we're going to start our activity. We have 30 more minutes. How much time do we have for this link, no? I believe we'll have 10 minutes for this. All right. Now, you can just take out your copy, pen, or whatever, laptop, iPad, whatever, you convenient with, and we're going to do a little activity with all of you. Copy, pencil out, everybody. Okay. So you'll have 5 minutes, right? And even if the link drops in between, we're going to have a new link. We're going to have two prompts, 5 minutes each. And after both of those prompts, we're going to devise a goal strategy for yourself. You don't need to be perfect. Another thing about journaling, the myths we were talking about. One, you don't need to write beautifully. Second, you don't need to, design and put stickers and, like we see on Instagram, very artistic type of things. If you want to, you can, of course. That's a bonus. But do not think that if you don't have a beautiful journal, if you do not have stickers or sticky notes, you can't do this. No, you just need a simple pen, paper, or a phone or whatever. You just need to write. You are not going to get your work graded. So you don't need to write beautifully with perfect vocabulary. Write in Punjabi, Urdu, English, French, Italian, whatever language you want. Number three, some people are afraid that what if somebody sees what I'm going to write, right? For that, what I do is I have code words for people for different situations. Some the people you don't like and you want to mention that, but you don't want that person to see it. You can have a code word, right? A flower or a cross or anything, right? The your journal can be a secret diary for you, which if you can keep secret in a locker or whatever in your bag, or if it's your email, perfect. But if you think that no, maybe somebody would sneak into it, you can always have code words. Something that only you understand. It's a conversation between you and yourself, right? Yeah, good idea. Yeah, I've been doing it since so long, so a number of ideas I have. So three myths busted. You don't need to be a beautiful writer. You don't need a beautiful journal. You do not need to write everybody's names. You need to know, right? So we're moving on to our activity. If the link drops, don't worry. We're going to share another link. The first prompt is write on your piece of paper a letter to myself of the past. Write a letter to yourself starting. I'm going to write Dear Shahbano. You write your own name, of course. course, or whatever you like calling yourself. If you want to call yourself by your nickname, whatever connects with you, write a letter to yourself. If you are writing a challenge, yeah, it's amazing. It's not just amazing creativity. You're going to know it's when I'm like, inshallah, we'll be connected. And I shall be asking you how it helped you. This is really going to help. So now we're starting the activity. Write a letter to yourself of the past. Like I'm going to write to Shahbano of the past. You have 5 minutes. By past, I mean you could be writing to. I could be writing to Shahbano when I was 5 years old, when I was facing a problem. In general, you're going to write. For example, there was a particular problem that I faced in life. How I overcame my problem. How have I lived the 34 years of my life? For you, there can be different ages for your life. How have you lived your life? It's going to be a autobiography, probably, something that uh, really, really, really hurt you. We all have scars on our bodies, on our mind, on our souls. So just, be compassionate with yourself, congratulate yourself of all the hurdles you have got past. Congratulate yourself for what you have done. And even if you have not done things which you think you should have had, just give yourself some, what do you say, motivation. Just talk about your past for talk about your past for like 5 minutes. Just for 5 minutes, talk about yourself. And I'm going to do that too. And after that, I'm going to ask a few questions and we're going to have another prompt. So, a letter to myself of the past for 5 minutes. If anybody can put up the timer so that we actually know when the 5 minutes are over. And do greet yourself, like say hello to yourself, say salam to yourself, right?